Call the meeting to order. So we'll call the meeting to order of the Board of Investments Loan Committee. We just had my there Rose popped up. All right, so let's take roll. So we got on the line myself, Member Youngkin, Member Kober. So that represents a quorum. First item, is there any public comment on issues with board jurisdiction? Hearing none, moving on. Next item, commercial loan requests. Doug?
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. We have two requests here. One is a participation loan and the other is an infrastructure loan. So you can see on the first page of my review, borrower is Blood Brothers Properties, LLC. The lender on that participation loan is Bank of Montana. And then below that, you can see the borrower for the infrastructure loan, which is Missoula County, and the lender is the Board of Investments on that. So the credit information section, you can see the Bank of Montana participation amount which is 20%. You can see their interest rate. The term is 20 years, and then the annualized payment. Below that is the BOI participation amount. We're at 80%. You can see our dollar amount, our interest rate, which includes the lender servicing fee and the term of the loan and the payment. And then you can see the total participation loan amount that's listed there. Then below that is the infrastructure loan amount. The interest rate on that has not yet been determined, and that will be determined once we receive the application. I did listen in to the Missoula County Commissioners meeting on Tuesday, and they did made a motion or a resolution to be the lender, not the lender, but the borrower for that infrastructure loan. So we'll be getting the application on that very soon. But you can see the term and then the payment, the annual payment there. So the total participation in infrastructure loans, you're looking at the 13,575,000. And then below that is the down payment assistance loan, which has been approved. The amount is listed there, the interest rate, which is 0 until January 1st of 27. And then you'll see the interest rate goes up to 6.25%. So the total of all the loans is listed there with the total of payments. So going down to page 2, I am recommending approval of these loans. The purpose is to do the long-term financing for the new manufacturing and company headquarters there in Missoula. It's out at the Y, they call it. And then the infrastructure loan borrow again is Missoula County, and they're a qualified government agency. So the summary analysis just lists that Blood Brothers Property is the real estate holding company. They'll own the assets, and then they'll rent the real estate to Montana Knife Company. The appraisal has been completed on the property. The loan to value requirements are acceptable for the Board of Investments to participate in up to 80% of the participation loan. And participation loan will be in a first lien position. The infrastructure will be in a second lien position. And then the down payment assistance loan will be in a third lien position. And then just based off of the tax returns and the July 31st financial statements, the debt service coverage ratio meets the Board of Investment guidelines. So And then below that, you can see the sources and uses um, for the loan. So I guess with that, I kind of used a little different approach here with this review, referring back to the Bank of Montana's loan review. They do a very good review, very good narratives. So just didn't really want to duplicate what they have already put into their loan reviews. So I hope that worked out for everyone. But I guess we can open it up for any questions that any of the board members may have.
Is so you wrapped the equipment and or what's stated as equipment and building together into one loan.
Yeah,
What, I mean, is it more kind of obviously longer life equipment associated with that, or is it's
yeah, yeah. I think it's very good. It's specialized equipment. It's longer lived. Um, the I'm not sure how long those machines will last, but I'm sure Montana Knife Company could maybe help us out as far as the life of those pieces of equipment that they're going to be purchasing.
Yeah, some of that equipment is almost just integral to the building. We'll basically, uh, besides small maintenance things along the way, will last, for the, you know, basically duration of us being in business or being on this earth, pretty much. And then some of the equipment, that's in that would probably be, 20-year equipment,
Mhm.
something along those lines.
So on the thanks for the explanation there. So on the sales, obviously you guys have had obviously a lot of demand for your product. What's the typical price points on the knives that you're selling?
Yeah, we're in that $225 to $500 range. $200 is our cheapest knife. Um, we've had some knives every now and then, some specialty knives that'll go above $500 up to 1,000, but really the majority of our knives are in that average of about 375, 350 range.
And then as far as your customer base, is it like a national or international
Yeah,
around the world sales?
about 90% of our sales are from outside of the state of Montana. We
Okay.
really don't do anything internationally, though that is a lever we could pull down the road. It's more of a headache of shipping knives to foreign countries and dealing with customs and that we haven't wanted to deal with. Um, uh, One beautiful thing is we own all of our customers' data. If we were making knives here, manufacturing them and selling them in Cabela's, if you were to buy a knife in Cabela's, I wouldn't know who you are. But
Mhm.
by being a direct to consumer website, we have the ability to know who you are and then retarget our customers for future sales, which has made us incredibly strong. And so we have a lot of repeat buyers, along with just so much of the national media and marketing attention that we're getting, of also kind of top of funnel, bringing in new customers at the same time.
Good. Yeah, that seems like obviously a successful approach. Um,
I'll give you an
on your
example real quick.
Go ahead.
Just over this Thanksgiving period for 7 days, one thing that makes us unique is we also fulfill, and we do it very quickly. So we fulfilled about 8,000 orders over the last 7 days within 16 hours of purchase. So it also drives customers to kind of want to come back and support and spend more money with that kind of customer service.
Yeah. So the projections that I see in the Bank of Montana write-up, the growth expectations with this new facility, you guys are bringing on additional staffing and production capacity, which is kind of the idea behind the substantial growth. in your projections?
Yeah, this building and your guys' participation is absolutely key to our potential growth here. You know, we just crossed $31 million in sales in this building this year. But this building is still on my home property. I mean, we're sitting in my backyard, and we've completely maxed our space. Our employees are very kind to be patient with us. I mean, we're even using extra porta potties as bathroom facilities outside right now. And so we project, and we have our calendar set up next year to do 50 million in sales, but it's beyond that. And that would really be a heavy lift. But beyond that, we think we can go 75 and $100 million, $150 million down the road. But it has to, the only way we can capture that is in a new facility. The number 2 searched item over Thanksgiving was a folding knife on our website, and we don't make a folding knife. This building is going to give us the capacity to actually bring on a folding knife line, which quite frankly will actually 10 years from now, people will probably think of us potentially as a folding knife company. There's actually more, potential revenue by far in the folding knife segment than the current segment that we are in, which is largely hunt.
Mm.
Jeff, this is Jake with Bank of Montana, hitting on what you're getting at a little bit. A major strength of the credit from our perspective is that all of this growth that they're anticipating in their projections for next year is still out of this facility. And so it's not contingent on this new facility being completed. All of the underwriting to date, they could service this loan, at the, incredible levels, that you guys can see on paper, without doing this facility. They could keep operating here, and achieve a lot of, what they're projecting for next year, and service this debt. The new facility itself is, kind of above and beyond those projections.
Yeah, good. Yeah, obviously your year-to-date sales substantiate that projection for next year as well.
Jason could probably update you a little bit too, but those year-to-date financials that we have in our review, have been updated, and to my, they exceed what's in there.
Yeah. I think you quoted over 30 million.
The year, I mean, we're expecting 34.5 million gross sales, 31 million net, and our margins to stay the same, maybe even improve a little bit over this last quarter. So.
This is Jack. I've got a question. When you have substantial growth like this, it's sometimes hard to manage. Do you feel that, and just somebody at the company there, that you will be able to hire and train the appropriate staff to continue that kind of substantial growth?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the way we've been able to grow is from day one, I knew I couldn't do it by myself. And that started with my business partner to my left here, Brandon, running the marketing side, bringing him on. Then Andrew came in on the operations side. We hired him he was managing the fulfillment facility out of Spokane for Amazon. Bringing Jason on as CFO. And we will continue to hire. We're actually hiring, frankly, at this point daily. You can look at our website. We have jobs open. We've actually found, yes, it can be a bit difficult with the housing market, but people want to live in Montana, and we provide a unique opportunity for professionals to move here, such as engineers. We have an engineering position open right now and have several applicants, and these people want to get out of the big city and come to Montana.
And then one of the other things to kind of answer your question as well is, like we said, we have open recs right now. Even at our basic level for our knife techs, we're seeing nearly 50 resumes from the Missoula area a day, which allows us to be, one, super picky on who we bring in on our team, but also shows the demand from the labor market in terms of wanting to come into an American manufacturing facility here in the Missoula Valley. Jack, also just from the lender's perspective, what you're hitting on, the rapid growth is a major factor for us, in any credit when we see this type of growth. It's the type of growth that you look, somebody gives you a business plan and says that they're going to do this, and you kind of, chuckle. And so, from our perspective, we've been very impressed with Josh and the whole team and the management team. We've been working together now for a little bit over a year. And so we've firsthand seen, a doubling of sales, and their ability to manage that. And the other things that I think are important within the growth, story is that, this was started in Josh's garage. They took on almost zero outside equity. They haven't borrowed any, outside debt to fund, this growth. It's all been internal, other than, once we came in and helped them purchase this land, and then obviously this facility, but it's all been, done organically. And so from our perspective, your question is a very important question that we spend a lot of time on, and we've been very impressed.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? If not, I'd entertain a motion. Dan, should we make a separate motion for the participation loan and the infrastructure loan, or a combined
I
motion?
think we're good for the package to make one motion.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, Jeff, I would move to approve both of the loans as a package.
All right. Is there a second?
I would second that, Mr. Chair.
All right, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. Next, anything else to go over, Dan, or are we
Nope.
ready to adjourn?
We'll roll over to Jack.